Our executive session, and we've returned to regular meeting, and we're just waiting for Judge Moore to come in so he can do the oath of office.
Real quick, fire going live. At roll call, we welcome Michelle Samaji, returning Councilman James Morris, and Councilman Gutierrez, and Supervisor Purdy. Let the record reflect throughout the rest of this meeting while we are televised that
Are you on?
Councilwoman Doyle is absent, and we are aware of her absent.
How do you do?
Hi.
Are you ready for me?
We're
ready.
Have you started the meeting?
Get out.
You can all come out here someplace. Is anybody here being sworn in?
Mike broke his chair.
Sam, you're not going up there this year?
I'm not the rookie anymore.
Well, I'm here. Thank you, Mrs. Brody, for asking me. And the town board also. I address you all. Thank you for what you do. For the record, my name is Norman Moore. I'm the Amenia Town Justice here. That authorizes me to give an oath of office, or take an oath of office. It is my honor here to swear the newly elected and appointed town officials gathered here tonight. I'm going to give you some instructions, and you only will have to raise your right hand and repeat the colloquy, which I will read to you. Okay? When I come to the place where I say name, each one of you will recite your names. That'll sound like babble, but that's okay. And when you recite, when I state office, you will recite your office for the record. Of course, that'll be babble too on the record. Is that all clear? Yes. Okay. You can raise your right hand and repeat. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear
That I. Name.
Michelle Samaji
Will support the Constitution of the United States.
will support the Constitution of the United States
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
And that I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office of.
the duties of the office of
Office. That's good. Of the town of Amenia.
the town of Amenia,
According to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
You're deemed sworn in. Now, is there any forms you want me to sign? Or some have already prepared some, I think. Are they?
There's two, and that would be just Michelle and Jim have to have your signature on.
Okay.
We can do that momentarily as soon as we get started. I can preview
Okay.
because we're live.
Yep. Okay. I'll be out in the office then.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay. Now, did you want to
All right, so for the first course of action this evening, I would like to present to the board that on December 27th, I received a resignation letter from Wayne Uvard, who was elected on 11/7 by a write-in for the position of town assessor. That letter of resignation has been accepted by the office and will be circulated according to law. The other item that I'd like to bring attention to the town board this evening, that on January 2nd, I received a letter of resignation from Recreation Commission member Michelle Shimagi. As we can see why, she's here with us at the table, so there is an action that is required for that. Would someone like to make that motion to accept her letter of resignation?
I make the motion to accept the resignation of Michelle Samaji from the Recreation Commission.
Second.
Gutierrez, I think I heard your sound first. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so then we can go with yours.
Okay, what we usually do is each person will read one of the resolutions. So I'll start with number 5, and we'll just go around the table so everyone gets a chance to read something. Motion to accept Town of Amenia Rules of Procedure, Committee Guidelines, and Procurement Policy. Make that motion.
Second.
If not, we'll do it later. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Okay.
Motion to establish date, time, place for scheduled town board meetings. Business workshop first Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. Regular meeting third Thursday of the month, 7 p.m. Place Town Hall, 4988 Route 22, Amenia, New York, 12501. Make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to establish elected officials, salaries as noted.
Second.
Do I have to read those out
I
loud?
have to read them. Oh.
Supervisor, $23,776. Councilman woman, 4. That's $5,873 each. Sole assessor, $29,984. 2 justices, $17,755 each. Town clerk, $29,851. Highway superintendent, $59,366.
Supervisor Prodi? Just because there's money, I'm going to do a roll call.
Yes.
Councilman Morris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Shimagi?
Yes.
And Councilman Gutierrez.
Yes.
Motion to appoint Scott Volkman Esquire as town attorney. Scott Volkman Esquire, attorney to the town general, is $200 an hour. Litigation, $245 an hour. Paralegals, $125 an hour. Legal assistants, $85 an hour.
Second.
Supervisor Prodi?
Yes.
Councilman Morris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Simoji?
Yes.
And Councilman Gutierrez.
Yes.
Motion to accept appointments and salaries as noted. Bookkeeper Marge Arnold, 22 hours a week, $16.32 an hour. Alternate per diem bookkeeper Lorna Sherman, $25 an hour. Bank reconciliation clerk for the bookkeeper Diana McPadden, 2 hours a month at $15.60 an hour. Treasurer to the Water District Katrina Gore Alexander, $3,927 salaried. Clerk to Water District Tara Mori, $3,927 salary. Town Court Special Prosecutor Hillary Thomas, $145 an hour. Attorney for Old Amenia Landfill per contract Kimberly Ray, $200 an hour. Budget Officer Supervisor, $5,101 salaried. Secretary to Supervisor Annette Culligan, $15.76 an hour. Typist Claudia Rinaldi, $15.45 an hour. Code Enforcement Officer Michael Singleton, 32 hours a week at $26.73. Building Administrator Assistant PM is Katrina Gorg Alexander at 16 hours a week at $17.87 an hour. Building Administrator AM, Judy Westfall, 16 hours a week, $15.60 an hour. Registrar of Vital Statistics, Dawn Marie Klinger, $10 per transaction. Tax Collector, Dawn Marie Klinger, $4,965 salary. Bank Reconciliation Clerk, for the Town Clerk, Judy Westfall, 5 hours a month at $15.60 an hour. Planning Board Secretary, Judy Westfall, 24 hours a week, $15.60 an hour. Zoning Board of Appeals Secretary, Susan Metcalf, 15 hours a week, $17.31. Alternate Zoning Board of Appeals Secretary, $15.45 an hour. Planning Board Chairman, Robert Boyles Jr., $2,628 as stipend. Planning Board and ZBA Attorney, Dave Everett Esquire, $225 an hour. First Deputy Town Clerk, Nancy Luther, $15.76 an hour. Second Deputy Town Clerk, Robin Schultz, $15.45 an hour. Records Management Clerk, Robin Schultz, $15.45 an hour. Assessor's Clerk, Donna Morrison, $15,584 salary. Data Collector, John Lloyd, $17.70 an hour. Chief Police Constable, Christopher Klinger, $17.32 an hour. Police Constables, Jason Dean, Dwayne Jackson, Francis Lansing. Well, Jason Dean and Dwayne Jackson are $15.92 an hour. Francis Lansing is $15.45 an hour, and Abdur Mohammed is $15 an hour. Justice Clerk Maureen Moore for Honorable Moore, $16,760 salary. Justice Clerk Dawn Marie Klinger for Honorable Divine, $16,760 salary. Highway Foreman Andy Wheeler, $23.81 an hour. Highway Laborer Darren Peterson, $23.31 an hour. Highway Laborers Paul Voorhees is $22.78 an hour, and John Williams is $22.27 an hour, and an open position for driver laborer is $21.80. Highway Office Manager Judith Carlson, 15 hours a week, $16.24 an hour. Maintenance Mechanic John Scott, $25.25 an hour. Recreation Groundskeeper Sean Howard, $18.57 an hour. Assistant Recreation Groundskeeper Charles Mayville, $15.76 an hour. Videographer Public Access Mike Flint, $6,133 salary. Animal Control Officer Anthony DeBonis, $9,597 salary. Grant Writer Michael Haggerty, $28 an hour. Summer Recreation Director Kathleen Howard, $18.73 an hour. I make that motion.
Second.
Supervisor Brody?
Yes.
Councilman Morris?
Yes.
Councilman Smoji?
Yes.
And Councilman Gutierrez?
Yes. Motion to execute agreement to spend highway funds in 2018. I make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Yes.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to make the following appointments without salaries. Deputy Supervisor, Vicki Doyle. Town Historian, there is no one, or there is?
No, there isn't.
No one. Deputy Highway Superintendent, Andy Wheeler. ZBA Chairman, Jeff Barnett Winsby. All Hazard Mitigation, Victoria Perotti. Records Management Officer, Dawn Marie Klinger. Deputy Tax Collector, Nancy Luther. Deputy Registrar of Vital Statistics, Nancy Luther, Robin Schultz.
All in favor? Oh, sorry.
Second.
Jim.
Okay.
Damian. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to approve $1 million bonding for town officials. Supervisor, Deputy Supervisor, Secretary to the Town Supervisor, Bookkeeper and alternate bookkeeper each, Town Clerk and Deputy Town Clerk each, Tax Collector and Deputy Tax Collector each, Code Enforcement Officer and Administrative Assistants 2 each, Justices 2 each, Court Clerks 2 each, Constables 5 each, Highway Superintendent and Deputy each.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Motion to establish mileage reimbursement at federal rate of .545. There's-
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to renew contract SEBI Environmental Services, Inc. for water treatment to the Water District, $34,200 contractual.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to pay bills by resolution, utilities, postage meter, copy machine, maintenance, rent, debt service, credit card, employee benefits, and NDP EMS ambulance service.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to name M&T Bank Corp., Bank of Millbrook, and Salisbury Bank and Trust Company the official depositories for the town funds.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to designate the Millerton News as the official town newspaper.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Aye. It's important to say aye.
Number 18.
Good.
You agree with that?
Motion to authorize all boards to use tape recorders for aid with minutes, with the understanding that the tape does not replace typed and accepted minutes.
Second, Michelle. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Motion to accept town board auditors as noted. General Fund, C. Doyle, C. Gutierrez. Highway Funds,
Morris.
C. Morris, C. Smaji. Water District, C. Gutierrez, C. Doyle.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Oh, it's me.
Number 20.
Motion to accept town board appointments to standing committees and boards as noted. Recreation Commission. I don't know what the C stands for.
Yeah,
but
you can just say the names.
the names, okay, thank
It's
you.
council member.
Oh, is it? Thank
It's our
you.
abbreviation, just so we know which council members were going where.
Oh, okay, thank you. Recreation Commission would be council member Michelle Summergy and Vicky Doyle. Amenia Housing Committee is Jim Morris and Mr. Gutierrez there. Enhancement is Morris and Doyle. Conservation Advisory Council, Doyle and Summergy. Emergency Response Safety, Gutierrez and Summergy. Board of Ethics, Morris and Gutierrez. Kitchen, Summergy and Doyle. Water District, Morris and Gutierrez. Trail to Train, Summergy and Gutierrez. Alternate to all standing committees, Supervisor Parati.
Second.
I'm gonna give that to Jim. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to designate emergency interim successors for Dutchess County Emergency Response. Council members Vicky Doyle, Damian Gutierrez, James Morris.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Motion to appoint Deputy Supervisor Vicky Doyle to represent the town of Amenia at the 2018 Association of Towns meeting in New York City with Supervisor Parati as alternate.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to authorize the supervisor's bookkeeper to do pre-audit functions of vouchers, including math, accuracy, checking for sales slips, delivery slips, and paid bills by municipal employee receiving goods.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to authorize a charge of $20 on each check tendered as payment and returned for insufficient funds, including lost payroll checks.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to authorize the supervisor's bookkeeper to make certificate of deposit and money market investments of available funds.
Second. Michelle. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion that RBT will perform the annual cash audit procedures as required in Town Law Section 123 and the Uniform Justice Court Act Section 2019-A, and as described in the fiscal oversight responsibilities of the governing board published by the New York State Comptroller's Office. These procedures will be applied to the Office of the Supervisor, Town Clerk, Tax Collector, Justice Courts, and Water Department for the year ended December 31st, 2017.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion that all monthly bank reconciliations of town clerk and town bookkeeper be made by an outside party.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion that monthly budget reports are distributed to all department heads and the complete monthly budget report is distributed to the town clerk for public viewing by the town bookkeeper.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion that the town board has the responsibility to authorize the attendance of all officers and employees at conferences and training sessions as required by General Municipal Law 77B.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to accept 2018 schedules for the Zoning Board of Appeals and the Planning Board.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to reappoint the following members to committees, boards. Planning Board, Robert Boyles Jr., Chair, Andy Robustelli, Peter Clare, Eric McEnroe, John Stephanopoulos, David Rosenberg, Matt Teester. Zoning Board of Appeals, Jeff Barnett Winsby, Chair, David Minigat, John Terry Metcalf, Paula Pelosi, Mike Chamberlain. Zoning Review Committee, Leo Blackman, Walter Brett, Peter Conti, Gennaro or Jim DeSimone, Andrew Durbridge, Terry Metcalf, Nina Peck, Andy Robustelli, Joseph Norm Fontaine. Board of Assessment Review, Anthony Robert Chair, Winifred Kuchar, Vern Fish, Herbert Schweiger, Stephen Bernadette. Recreation Commission, Christopher Klinger, Linda Gregory, Chip Watt, Peter McCaffrey, Scott Russo. Board of Ethics, Jean Thornton Schwager, Caroline McEnroe, Charlotte Murphy, Evelyn O'Connell, Lorenzo Sicanolfi. Conservation Advisory Council, Dave Reagan, Chair, Mark Doyle, Michael Peak, Maria Genovese, Lorenzo Sicanolfi. Emergency Response Committee, Dawn Marie Klinger, Chair, Victoria Perotti, Megan Chamberlain, Mark Christensen, Aaron Howard Jr. Enhancement Committee, Tony Castro, Eric Eschbach, Herb Eschbach. Train to the Trail Committee, Dave Reagan, Martin Grossman. Water District Committee, May Jones, Chair, Martin Grossman, Marco D'Antonio, Norm Kaya. Kitchen Committee, Linda Gregory, Evelyn O'Connell, Charlene Pollinger, Alan Gamble. Workforce Housing Board, Sue Gregory, Sally Cavallo, Joy Johnson, Lorenzo Soconofli, with all kinds of apologies for my mispronunciations of names.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion that the town clerk maintains custody of all original records, minutes, contracts, grants, and documents from the committees, boards, and vendors.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to appoint RBT as municipal CPA support.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to adopt fee schedules for the town clerk's office and building department.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion to execute Resolution Number 1 of 2018, constables authorized to carry firearms.
Second.
Okay, there's a resolution that needs to be read.
Oh, we have to read, oh, it's different.
Then the next 4 items that you're going to be reading, Michelle, are in your packet.
Okay. I'm reading.
This is the fun one.
Which one's,
You got the
So
fun
right
one.
now, we're doing the constable one.
It's right after the fee schedules. It should be there.
Okay.
This is the one I should read this?
That's not here.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Resolution Number 1 of 2018, authorizing town constable to carry firearm. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Amenia adopted a Town Constable Local Law Number 3 of 2007 on September 20th, 2007. And whereas pursuant to the Town Constable Local Law Number 3 of 2007 and Resolution Number 1 of 2010, the Town Board may adopt a resolution authorizing town constables to carry firearms while carrying out their official duties, subject to the constable complying with noted conditions. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board hereby authorizes the following town constable to carry the firearm identified in this resolution while carrying out his official duties as town constable. Constable Christopher Klinger, the firearm is a Glock 23-40 caliber, a Glock 42 380 caliber. Jason Dean, Glock 23 40 caliber. Dwayne Jackson, Glock 17 9mm, Smith & Wesson MP40 40 caliber. Francis Lansing, Glock 23 40 caliber. Abdul Muhammad, Glock 23 9mm, Glock 19 9mm. Be it further resolved that the authority granted to the above-named town constable by this resolution shall be subject to the named town constable complying with the following conditions. The town constable must possess a New York State license to carry the authorized firearm pursuant to Penal Law Section 400 at all times and must keep proof of such license on file in Town Hall. And B, the town constable must satisfactorily complete the Department of Criminal Justice Services basic course for peace officers with firearms and deadly physical force training, and such other training as the town board and/or New York State law may require. And C, the town constable must provide the authorized firearm at his own cost.
Stop there, Jim. That motion was made by Councilman Morris and seconded by Simoji. Supervisor Prodi?
Yes.
Councilwoman Doyle is absent. Councilman Gutierrez?
Yes.
Councilman Morris?
Yes?
And Councilwoman Simoji.
Yes. Now it's motion to execute Resolution Number 2 of 2018, adoption of investment policy.
And that's going to be in your packet as well.
Can I have your
This is the
copy?
investment.
So
That's
that's
the
the policy,
policy.
so now you want to read the resolution.
There's a
that's right with it.
resolution right after
No,
it.
you can keep this one. I'll take the...
No, it's not attached to it.
Gotta find it.
Oh, adoption, okay, here, this is the one here.
Yes.
Adoption of the investment policy resolution number 2 of 2008.
18. Okay.
18.
Okay.
Whereas the town of Amenia is required by New York State law to have an investment policy regarding such funds as it collects and administers throughout the year, and whereas the New York State Comptroller's Office has provided towns with an approved investment policy as a guideline to adopt, and whereas the town of Amenia wishes to comply with the law and the Office of the State Comptroller guidelines, be it therefore enacted that the town of Amenia adopts the attached investment policy to take effective immediately.
I'd
So you're
second.
making that motion.
Moved by Councilwoman Michelle Summergy.
And I second.
Okay, so Supervisor Prodi?
Yes.
So she didn't change the names. Okay, so Councilman Morris?
Yes?
And Councilwoman Samoji?
Yes.
And Councilman Gutierrez.
Yes.
Motion to execute Resolution Number 3 of 2018, appointment of assessor. Appointing tax assessor for the town of Amenia. Whereas Wayne Uvar, the elected tax assessor for the town of Amenia, has submitted a letter of resignation effective December 27th, 2017, whereas as a result of the tax assessor's resignation, he is unable to perform the duties of his office, and effective January 1st, 2018, the office will be vacant. Whereas there is an immediate need for a qualified individual to fill that vacancy and perform the duties of tax assessor for the town. Whereas the town has a critical need for a tax assessor during the first quarter of 2018 to, among other things, receive and process tax exemption applications from property owners by the taxable status date March 1st, prepare and distribute notices to property owners regarding change in assessments and to tax-exempt property regarding a change in status of exemptions. Whereas a tax assessor needs to be immediately available to the citizens of the town of Amenia between January 1st, 2018 and the tentative roll date May 1st and grievance day May 22nd. Whereas while the town has commenced a search for a permanent tax assessor, as noted above, there is immediate need to appoint an acting assessor now. Whereas Section 314(2) of the New York State Real Property Tax Law, or PTL, authorizes the town board of the town of Amenia to appoint an acting assessor to serve at the pleasure of the town board for a period of up to 3 months. Whereas the acting assessor shall function as a tax assessor during those 3 months until a replacement assessor is appointed or a successor is elected. Whereas Section 314(2) of the Real Property Tax Law provides that when an acting assessor is appointed, the town board must notify the State Board of Real Property Services within 15 days of appointing an acting assessor. Therefore, the town board wishes to appoint an acting assessor for 3 months until April 4th, would be April 5th from today, 2018, or until a replacement is appointed or a successor is elected within that time. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board hereby appoints Chris Borick as the acting assessor for the town of Amenia for 3 months until April 5th, 2018, or until a replacement is appointed or a successor is elected within that time. Be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby directed to send a certified copy of this resolution to the State Board of Real Property Services in Albany, New York, and notice to be sent within 15 days of the adoption of this resolution. Can I make that motion?
Second.
Supervisor Prodi?
Yes.
Councilman Morris?
Yes.
Councilwoman Samoji?
Yes.
And Councilman Gutierrez.
Yes. Motion to execute Resolution Number 4 of 2018, change Recreation Commission from 7 members to 5 members. Resolution Number 4 of 2018, reducing the Town of Amenia Recreation Commission from 7 members to 5 members. Whereas the Town of Amenia Recreation Commission, the Recreation Commission was created by the Town of Amenia Town Board to provide opportunities and experiences that enhance the quality of life for residents of all ages in Amenia, and to accomplish this through diversity of recreational, social, and educational programs, services, events, and facilities that meet both the individual and community needs. And whereas the Recreation Commission governs all town recreation activities, and whereas the Town Board formed the Recreation Commission by resolution on May 3rd, 2005, whereas the Recreation Commission was created pursuant to New York State General Municipal Law, Article 13, Section 243, and may be comprised of at least 5 and not more than 7 members. And whereas the membership of the Recreation Commission is made up of volunteers appointed by the Town Board who have a desire to help sustain and improve all recreational offerings in the town. Whereas over the years, the membership on the Recreation Commission has grown to comprise 7 members, and whereas the Recreation Commission currently contains only 5 active members with 2 vacant seats. Whereas over the years, it has been difficult to find volunteers to become members of the Recreation Commission, and it has been difficult to maintain a 7-member volunteer Recreation Commission. As a result, the town board desires to reduce the number of members on the Recreation Commission from 7 members to 5 members. Now, therefore, be it resolved that effective immediately, the number of Recreation Commission members shall be reduced from 7 to 5 members, and be it further resolved that effective immediately, the terms of the remaining 5 members of the Recreation Commission shall be adjusted slightly as follows to ensure that the terms of at least 1 member shall expire annually as required by Section 243 of the New York State General Municipal Law. Member Chip Watt, expiration of old term 12/31/2018, expiration of new term 12/31/2018. Chris Klinger, expiration of old term 12/31/2020, expiration of new term 12/31/2019. Linda Gregory, expiration of old term 12/31/2021, expiration of the new term 12/31/2020. Peter McCaffrey, expiration of old term 12/31/2023, expiration of new term 12/31/2021. Scott Russo, expiration of old term 12/31/2024, expiration of new term 12/31/2022. I'll make that motion.
Second?
Supervisor Perotti?
Yes.
Councilman Morris?
Yes.
Councilman Smoji?
Yes.
And Councilman Gutierrez.
Yes.
Okay, we have a few other matters that we need to address. But we already took care of the expenditure of highway monies.
Yes. In your resolution that you guys passed, it was the agreement for the town superintendent of Town of Amenia, Dutchess County, for general repairs. The amount that the board has agreed is $202,594.97, and general repairs is 30.83 miles of town highway. So that was read earlier this evening.
Okay, the second other matter we received renewal contract for Hillary Thomas, our special prosecutor, at $145 an hour, which is no change from last year. So I need a motion for someone to authorize me to sign her contract for 2018.
Make a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the contract renewal for Hillary Thomas for 2018.
Second?
Councilwoman Shimoji?
Yes.
Councilman Morris?
Yes.
Councilman Gutierrez?
Yes.
And Supervisor Perotti?
Yes. The other thing I have is a proposal from Morris Associates. We received a SAM grant from Senator Serino got for us for window replacement. And we're going to have to go to bid because according to our procurement policy, anything over $30,000, since this is 50. And when I met with Dutchess County Planning, they said an engineer really needs to oversee the whole process to make sure the bidding is done correctly in order to meet the requirements of the SAM grant. Morris Associate is currently working with Hyde Park on a SAM grant that they have. So he's familiar with they are familiar with the requirements for the grant. Because they would, which includes not only doing the plans, the bid manual, the bidding, and also the construction administration for doing all the windows on the ground floor.
So engineering oversight is required by the SAM grant?
Well,
This
you need,
is,
well, engineering oversight of no, it isn't required, but we need to have an engineer I mean, it's a project, first of all, an engineer to do the bids for us. Which Dutchess County Planning, I went out to see if, we could do it ourselves, and he said, no, you really need an engineer. and to oversee the whole project. But it's mainly the bids to make sure that's done correctly, and keeping track of the bids and making sure that whoever got the bid does everything that the bid said that they were going to do. And since they were familiar with working with this type of grant, which is administered by the Dormitory Authority.
It just seems, so the total proposal is a little over $8,000. And that includes putting the bid together,
Everything. Doing a,
coordinating through the bidding process, and then construction administration.
and then also doing all the paperwork that's required for the SAM grant to satisfy the Dormitory Authority, so they will release the funds once
mean-
we're done.
Our grant writer normally does that, right? Typically, when we have a grant that we've been awarded, and I'm just,
Well,
he's $28
he
an
would,
hour.
yeah, well, he would if, oh, do you mean to do the grant?
The grant administration.
The
yeah.
grant administration?
So if we were awarded something and then,
Well, he usually does, but in this particular case, this is actual construction that's being done.
right,
So usually he does the grant administration, like when we got the Main Street grant, he did the total administration, but this is different. This is actual construction that's going to be done.
and you had Home Depot or Lowe's or someone come out to give a rough estimate at some point, right?
Right.
What did they say the window replacement would cost? I think I recall was like $30,000 or $40,000.
No, it was 48
48, okay.
to do all the windows downstairs.
48 for all of the windows themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
for all the windows except for the gym, which we already did, and in the gymnasium proper. And then the bookkeeper's window doesn't need replacing, but all the other ones do, including the auditorium. And there's 3 windows in the boiler room that need to be replaced. So they were all the windows on the ground floor. Because
That's-
all the current windows we have are single pane, and a lot of the latches and
No, it's a good.
different
it's-
parts are
I'm
hard
glad
to keep them locked.
I'm glad we won the grant. It was
Well, Senator
idea.
Serino got it for us, which was really nice.
it just, as contract administration, this represents 20% roughly of the expected project costs, and that seems a little high to me, but what do you guys think?
I think it is too, but, you know, these things have got to be measured correctly, and you don't want to have any waste in there.
I mean, it's really a big project because we're replacing 54 windows.
Yeah.
Have we gotten any quotes from anybody else on this?
No, I just got it from Morris Associates because he's currently, I mean, he's familiar with working with the SAM grant and meeting their guidelines. Because they have reimbursement guidelines, and he's already doing that with a grant from Hyde Park, so
How
he's
much was
familiar with
the-
it.
I'm sorry, I interrupted, I apologize.
The what?
I interrupted, I apologize. How much was the SAM grant?
By $50,000.
50,000. So we would any engineering services to help administrate this bid and then subsequently the contract, could we, assuming that, could we file for reimbursement up to the maximum amount of the 50,000? So will the grant cover part of this as well as the,
If the project, Home Depot gave us an estimate of $48,000, but they gave us the whole grant because They said they had me put in the grant that I'm not really, I mean, that's like a guesstimate.
Sure.
So that, to make sure we got the total 50,000. So I filled out the part of the material or part of the paperwork for the SAM grant that I had to. I had to have the attorney do a sheet and send in. Because this is one of the more complicated grants. We're going to have to do the same thing with Trail to the Train, because we have $100,000 from the Dormitory Authority for that, too. So do you want to approve that, or? So I can have them send the bids out? Because we're planning to put the windows in April. You know, to send the bids out so that the project can start in April. It'll start in the spring and then be done before the summer.
Right.
I don't think it would hurt, given the timeline, to request another estimate from a couple of different engineering firms.
Do you want other estimates? Because it's personal service, we don't have to, but if that's what you want, I'll
Yeah, it's
see if I can get them by the next meeting. Because we have time before we send the bids out.
Yeah, I don't think it would hurt.
Okay, I can do that.
Seems a little high. Thanks.
Okay, the next item on the agenda is the supervisor's goals for 2018.
Put that in.
Number one is to complete the land transfer with state agencies in order to move forward with financing and construction of the Town of Amenia Highway Garage. Number two is oversee WSP Trail to the Train last steps, finalizing the Metro North Railroad contracts and right-of-way acquisitions so bids, financing, construction can begin in 2018. Continue to apply for grants and work with local business owners to revitalize downtown Amenia, including looking into a sewer district. Institute new water laws to document water operator authority to repair water meters and other related issues to the water district. And number five, collaborate with Dutchess County, towns of Dover and Northeast to investigate forming a regional ambulance services group with funds from a $190,000 shared services grant. Town board comments?
Welcome to the junior council people. Happy New Year to everyone. Dawn, I know we approved the new fee schedule. Is it worth reading out
I
the?
will make that part of my report. I'm
Okay.
going to go right after you guys.
You are?
I'm going to, it's unofficial, but I have a couple things I have to
Great.
review.
I did have a question, Victoria, about the proposed building department fee changes. Do we want to discuss that, or?
Sure. What do you want to discuss?
No, I don't know if everybody had a chance to review it. These recommendations came from Mike.
Yes.
So
Based on what the fees are with other towns, so that we're kind of,
On par.
kind of in the ballpark with everyone else. I mean, we did already change one of the fees earlier for the inspections, I believe, because the fee was particularly high. It was like $200. I think we moved it to $50 for the fire inspection. So this is kind of bring us in line with the other fees in other towns.
Yeah, most of it made sense, and just so that everybody knows, most of them have no changes. The question that I had was, the ones where there are changes, it notes the old change, the new change. For something like bridges, which had, well, just has a blank field, does that mean that there was no
There was no
old?
fee.
So that's going from 0 to 300 for a bridge. Okay, I didn't understand how that.
Yeah, he had been building inspector, he's off, right now, he's building inspector in town of Northeast and had been the building inspector in Dover, so he's well aware of, the fees for other towns. And there were, as you noted, there, some fees that we didn't have, that, we were missing out on that revenue.
Right.
Okay, that answers my question.
You have the floor.
Okay, well, thank you. Really quick, it is a new year, it's 2018. It's one of the coldest days of the year, but again, I want to come out into the community and say thank you to all of the voters who took the time to come out and vote this election, as I'm proud to be serving you as your town clerk for my 4th term. In the coming 4 years, one of the things that I am going to continue to do is modernize and ease the process of completing tax payments and accessing the records. I have a plan to attend several conferences, including the Association of Towns and the annual conference for tax collectors and the annual conference for town clerk. My personal goal here in the coming year is to obtain my certified town official certificate. I've recently submitted for my registered municipal clerk. All it is the alphabet after your name, but it's something that I'm proud to work hard for, so that way I am representing my community, not only here in small town Amenia, Dutchess County, but also throughout your state. Myself and my staff are going to be attending New York City to ensure that we are up to date on all the current changes that are related to the office, from FOILs to death certificates. I know not everyone loves to hear, go online, visit our website, but unfortunately that's the way of the times. Right down to changes of our death certificate, our programs are going to be filed electronically. So we're trying to learn the fast times and make sure that we're up to speed and we're able to give you the service that you deserve. As a friendly reminder, dog licenses are required. It's not an option. Last year we had 134 registered dogs in our community. I can assure you, walking from here to home and back, I've seen 134 dogs, so I don't know what's going on with the rest of the town. So please ensure that you do submit for your annual renewal of your dog licenses. This year we had a big push. Something new happened, is that I was able to accept prepayment of taxes. It happened so quick. It was the last 2 weeks of the year, so it wasn't that I had the opportunity to address our residents. I did receive the tax warrant. Was dated December 18th. That Friday we went out, we picked up our taxes. The following week, Monday was Christmas, and by Tuesday I was receiving payments. Worked very hard with BAS. We were here late one evening, Friday night, ensuring that everything was up on our website. We processed 125 postings, or $487,542.29. Annually, it is your responsibility as a property owner to pay those taxes. Notices going into the Millerton News for 2 consecutive weeks. That is the legal obligation to do that. If you have not received your tax bill, www.ameniany.gov, up right-hand side, pay your taxes, and you can access your bill there. You can stop down into the office, or you can give us a call. Nancy, myself, or Robin will gladly reprint it out and mail it to you. As your tax collector, I can take your payment. I cannot change your address. I cannot change the information on there. That is through your assessor. This board's worked very hard to ensure that you're beginning the new year with an assessor. So please know that you can reach out to Donna the secretary in that office to make those necessary changes. A lot of items happened here tonight. The board has adopted many of our schedules, many of our fees, and just to go through them, as Damian, pointed out, I sent out the fee schedule to the board. One of the things that we found in our last audit was that the fee schedule was not itemized on our website. So the town clerk's office, as well as the building department, in the last month has put together our fee schedule. You'll find all of these prices throughout the website, but for auditing purposes, we're just going to post it up on one location. So when you're renting the use of the building, it's $50 per use. Copies are 25 cents. Dog licenses for spayed or neutered animals, it's $12.50. Unspayed or unneutered is $20.50. Our seniors, if you're over the age of 60 years of age, you get a 10% discount. If you lose your dog, those fees are per the SPCA contract that the board has agreed to. For the Register of Vital Statistics, if you're seeking your marriage license, it's $40. Copies of your marriage license, death certificate, birth copied records are all $10 each for your certified copies. Genealogical searches are $22 each. Games of chance, for bingo it's $18.75 and raffles is $25. And for tax collection, there is a $5 tax collection memo fee, which means when you don't have your tax bill in, I can collect that $5. DEC, for DEC, again, those are preset by DEC. Also this evening we went through and adopted all of our schedules, so that way everybody, it's very clear. Town board meetings are held on your first and fourth Thursday of the month. First and third Thursday of the month. Your planning board is on the second Wednesday and the fourth Wednesday of the month. Zoning Board of Appeals is on the third Monday of the month, with the exception when there's holidays on a Monday, they go to the fourth Monday of the month. This seems like a lot of information. You're hearing it. Nobody's writing it down. Please feel free to call the office, visit our website. All of this information is posted on the official town clerk bulletin board, which is located as soon as you walk in through the vestibules on your left-hand side. So that's where all legal notices and any formal adoption of policies or schedules is always posted.
Dawn, one question on that. Though I haven't checked the commission meeting schedule since last year.
So I did share this information of the resolution on Tuesday night. They are going to be meeting every other month on the second Thursday of the month. I'm waiting for the official minutes or notice from Linda. Chris kind of did mention to me what was happening. So they're going to be meeting every other month.
Who?
Linda
No.
Gregory is one of your rec commission members.
Rec.
So
I'm just asking about all the commissions and committees in general.
All of that will be posted again on the town clerk official bulletin board, and that also goes up on the website. But this is usually the time of year where they start making changes and they send them to me rather than sending them to me in December so we can announce it tonight. They just had their reorg meeting Tuesday. So as they're making their changes, they'll all start submitting them into me. So it's the same like with CAC didn't meet in December, so nobody knew to get me their updated schedule. So by our next meeting, I'm hoping that everybody would have sent me an email or a notification to any changes. And any committee chairs that are out there that are hearing this message, hint, 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 email me any other changes I know about rec.
And then finally, just to follow up on the assessor item, just to give everybody some background on what we authorized tonight, and a little history on the issue itself. So the board last year's board authorized to put on last election day's ballot a referendum to change from an elected assessor to an appointed assessor. That referendum failed 75, roughly 75%.
No, 64-34.
64-34.
Or 36.
And as one of supporters of putting that out there for voter opinion. I did see merit in being able to appoint and hire a qualified, experienced assessor. And there were plenty of people that came to meetings and made counterpoints to that. So we did not have anybody run. There were a handful of write-ins for Wayne. He won. He was elected. He did not want to hold the office. He resigned. And so what we did tonight was we appointed what is the term?
Acting.
Acting assessor for the next 3 months. And we have to come up with a solution starting after April 5th. So if the public has any feedback or comments, please by all means reach out to one of us on the board or come to the meetings and share those feelings. But we will have to take some action shortly to ensure that we have.
To follow up with that, the acting assessor is Chris Borick. He's currently the assessor for Pauling and also Patterson. He will be in the assessor's office on Tuesday during the regular assessor hours. And he will also be available on Saturdays. If you'd like to meet your current acting assessor, you can come in during the regular hours, assessor hours on Tuesday. He's very qualified, been doing this for a number of years, and will be in good hands for the next few months.
And we found him by putting out a call for people.
Well, what
who'd
I
like
did
to-
is I notified the president of the Assessors Association and asked her to do an email blast to see who might be interested. And he was the only qualified assessor that answered the call.
Great.
Like Mike likes pictures. So
What
as you guys make your motion to adjourn tonight, we can pay your taxes.
I'll make the motion.
Thank you, Jim.
Second motion.
Jim, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?